Okay, what is ETL? ETL stand for extraction, transform, and load. So, first of all, understand why we need this and where we use this ETL. Okay, so if you mostly everybody listen about ETL, they do not able to understand uh, why we need these things. For example, if you just imagine a e-commerce site, like this is a your e-commerce website. Okay, this is e-commerce website, for example, and there is a user who is using this website. Okay, so what going to happen when this user is using this e-commerce? He always creating some data, and the company the e-commerce company try to store the data so he can provide or serve the user. So there is going to be storage where the data is going to be stored. Okay, for example, storage, you can say it's like main storage. Okay, so main storage. After that, just think about it. There is a data analysis. Every this kind of e-commerce company, there is a data analysis going on the back end. There is so many people who analyze what kind of product, what kind of things people are likely want, or having high demand, and the job based on, and if a product is high demand, and they increase the profit of this price by increasing the price. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope so. Don't mind if I make some mistakes. So what going to happen here is like, this data is the user data is storing there. So the data analysis want to analyze the user so he can understand what is he want, like what kind of product should the e-commerce site refer or recommended to them. So uh, to analyze this, the data analysis need the access of the data. For example, this is a data analysis and data analyst. He need the access from the for this data, and he is accessing it. This is not a good way to do that. Why? Try to understand. Let's think. If and this storage is so expensive. First of all, this storage is expensive because uh, it's high speed, and the best storage is possible because uh, the data transaction have to be smooth. Like for example, imagine yourself, you are going to any e-commerce website to buy something or see some product, it's available or not, and when you are searching a product and the product is taking to appear like 5 or 6 minutes, you are going to like this e-commerce site at all? No. So the storage need to be incredible, means high speed, high performance driven. So if because of that, this storage is expensive, and if and it's also have to be perform the best. If suddenly a data analysis run a query or fetch the data, this data analysis also using this main high performance storage. First of all, it is going to mm, increase the load on this storage side, because he also going to read, write, and so many query they are going to execute. This is not good. Not only that, for example, think, when you are running a business, you should consider every way to decrease your or expenses. Like uh, in this scenario, we have to think, do this data analysis need that kind of high performance storage, or because this data is streaming, like for example real time data transfer is going happening there. Do this data analyze analytics need this kind of real-time data transfer. Do we need this kind of things? We have to understand that what we need, based on the need, we have to execute it. For example, if for my real life working experience, I have a client who have who give us a work to scrap for ticketing website, and we are scrapping it every day. Okay, so the problem is like that. Obviously we are scrapping it, but and delivering it every day. He try to understand what is the requirement of them. Like every day we have to collect the whole website, every ticket details, and collect them in 24 hour and upload it one time. Like every 20 hour we collect the data, upload it, and the next 20 hour we start collecting it and upload it. So we just need to upload it one time. In this scenario, what we do, we have create a script that is like uh, collecting the data, and after collecting the data there is a person dedicated to this project who manually upload the data. For why, try to think about it. It's not a big huge work. Like what he is just doing, he was just this is the FTP server, this is the FTP server, and this is the data we have. He's just dragging it and putting this there. That is all he's doing. It's like 1 or 2 minutes, more than less than 2 minutes is taking, so it's not a big trouble. So we do not waste our time to develop a whole system that's going to do this simple work automatically, because doing it's waste of our time, because we can use our time, valuable time, on some other work. Do you understand? But what happened, this client also give us some ad hoc work every 3 or 5 month later. That what he do, like it's give us like 200 events, and we scrap this 200 events every 10 or 20 minutes and upload it. It's one kind of batch streaming, sorry, batch upload. But the thing is, it's have to be so frequently, like every 10 or 20 minutes. So just think about it. If a person is uploading a file every 2 or 10 minutes later, it's not that much good way, because a person have to sleep and so many problems that can be happen. And if any upload just get missed, um, that's not the client requirement. We are not fulfilling the requirement. uh, there is a simple concept people do not understand when they are working, because most of the developer at the beginning time, at you can say as a fresher, they try to become a perfectionist. What does I mean? Like they want to create a perfect system that work perfectly. Sometimes they do so many extra work that the client does not require. You have to understand, our job is not to create an awesome system, develop something that is incredible. Our job is to uh, complete the job that our client, or you, if you are in a company, the company is giving. It does not matter if your code is messy, if your code is difficult to understand for others. It does not matter. If matter if you die, but it's not matter to you. It's good if you are creating a code that is understandable. uh, for example, you can see already I am not fluent on English, or I am making some mistakes. So try to understand. If I speak fluently, I can do it. But when I'm speaking fluently, most probably I'm going to make so many mistakes. Okay, does it better to speak slowly, so the in front of me, or the who is listening me, is able to understand what I'm saying, or it's better to speak fast but he is not able to understand? I hope you understand what I'm saying. So where I'm like this data analysis, so it's increase the load. Okay, so a data a data engineer is going to do it's going to take the data in a another storage systems, put it there, and this storage system is cheap. Obviously it's going to be have low performance, but it is cheaper than, so much cheaper than this storage. And if this data analysis take data from this storage, it's not going to hamper there, it's not going to increase the load. Because, but if you can say, ask a question like, when you are loading the data from this storage to this, it's already taking, doing the same thing, because in this storage when they are taking data from this, it's already increasing the load on this main storage. This we can call this sub storage. Okay, this sub storage, creating, increasing the load to the main storage. What is the difference make? For example, a company can have multiple data analysis. Just think about it. A company have multiple data analysis, like this data analysis, there is another data analysis, there is another data analysis. Now just think, in this scenario it's really, you are right, that is not making that much different. But when, if this all data analytics or data scientists, whatever, they need the data, just get it from that. Like if this four analysis take the data from the main storage, that means they are taking four time and increasing four time more than there, because it's just going to take one time, and all the data analysis is going to take the data from there. So I hope you understand what I mean. So this is the uh, extraction part. This is called, from taking the data from there, is called extraction. Okay, extraction. And after extracting, loading there is called loading. And what is transformation? For example, this data is unstructured. There are so many data. Like when the data analysis has pre-requirement, that you can say like this data type have to be integer type, this column have to be string, this have to be that format. That's kind of specific requirement they can give you. So this is like, this is called the transformation. What does transformation do? It's clean the data. It's like do some specific changes, like converting the data types. So these four data analysis do not have to do the same things four times, it just do one time. Okay, so there is, because based on this transformation there is two type of, you can say, there is ETL and ELT. Okay, so what is ETL and what is ELT? So what ETL do, extract, transform, the converting the data is suitable format that data analysis or data scientist or whoever want the data is asking or requirement, and then putting it. And ELT, what does it do? It extract the data, load it to the sub storage, and then transform it to the preferable structure format. So in this scenario, there is a pros and cons of this ETL and ELT. So in ETL, it's better. Why? Because the transformation, when you are transforming a data, it's also using some process, CPU, consume RAM, and all, you can suggest using some resources. Okay. So in this scenario, it's using one time. If you transfer the data and load it, it's just done. You do not need to transfer it another time. One time transformation. This is the benefit, because in this scenario this four guy, when they are going to read the data or take the data, they are going to transform the data every time when they are taking the data. So in this scenario they are taking four time. So it's using four resource four time, and it's using one time, so it's better. but it's also have a fallback, because when you transform the data, uh, you are just losing some data, because when you are cleaning, we're converting, for example, you are rounding a number to two decimal. In this scenario, you are losing some um, value from this number. Okay, so you are losing some amount of data that's you are not able to back. This is the drawback of it. But in this scenario, this is not happen, because there is no changing happen. It's just the data in the main storage, in this ELT, the main storage and the sub storage have contain the same data. Okay, so I hope you understand uh, what I mean by ETL. Do I have anything else in my life? Try to think. Should I include anything? So what does a ETL engineer do? So mainly ETL engineer, really what does it do? He create a system that extract the data from the main storage and save it in a warehouse, data lake, or some sub storage. This is the job of a ETL or ELT, whatever you say. There is same, just there is a slightly difference. It does not matter. So that's all about ETL. Okay, there is based on the storing system. There is uh, two type of storing system, like batch storing and stream storing. I already talked about in my example about this. I think you will if you remember the example I give with my real life experience. Like batch storage storing means in a specific time later you have to update the data, you have to load the data like every 24 hour, every 10 minutes later. And streaming means when the user is giving the data, it just storing in the storage. This is called streaming, like real time data storing. And batch storing means every specific time later is storing the data. Obviously batch storing is better, it's easy to build, because you do not need high performance, because when you are storing real time data, you need a highly resource. You have to need huge amount of resources to do that. Less, that's not we need in bash streaming. Sorry, um, bash, whatever you say. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. This is all about ETL, nothing more than this is the theory part. So I will do some more video about it. That will give you the concept of how you can understand about the how we can build a ETL. Okay.